is way too much damage. Stop him with the block! He found Churchill!
Oh, he found wow.
Wow.
Oh, what? He gets out!
Somewhere there's a covert muffin just applauding this seed.
Holy crap.
Oh man, this is gonna come down to execution in the final escape, isn't it?
Sure is.
Every scene
Our
does.
favorite phrase.
Welcome back to our Ori 2021 Randomizer Tournament. We're here today to bring you our final upper bracket round 2 match between Sirius, who got a bye, being seeded 4th in total, and Poogle at seed 36, who defeated Ernest in last round's match. I'm Simsis, and joining me on commentary is going to be the very Ernest himself today. Ernest, wanna start by introducing our runners?
Yes, sure. Thanks, Sam. Well, first of all, we have Poogle. She's excited to have fun this match. She doesn't feel many nerves. She hopes for no Bashnade seed because she plays on controller, and for Bashnade she needs to switch to KBM. And otherwise, she's fine with everything, and she thinks she might be rushing left side very soon if she can, because otherwise she thinks she might forget. She does run all skills categories in Ori. She does a lot of other games as well. Mostly Zelda games. She thinks every seed she rolls is very bad, and she bakes amazing cookies.
Alright, with those cookies, that is definitely an advantage for Poogle in today's match. On the other hand, Sirius having a very strong preliminary record, but on the other hand, he also hasn't even touched Ori in the last 15 days at all. So he is absolutely ready to serve us some very hot spaghetti today, as he finds his way through Nibel. Sirius, being a KBM runner, is very comfortable with some extreme zombie chains, some Plando tricks, has a lot of very niche knowledge, and was also never hesitant to go for some of the more crazy tricks and races. However, as mentioned before, there is a lot of rust after 2 weeks of not playing, so let's see what happens in today's match. And it looks like our runners are readying up for the start, so we're gonna get into that any moment now. The only question I have for you, Ernest, is what do you think our second pickup is going to be?
Second pickup, I think it's gonna be a Mapstone. What do you think, Sam?
Oh, Mapstone. Alright, so Poogle didn't want a Bashnade seed, right? So I think our second pickup is gonna be either Bash or Grenade. One of the two, and we're not gonna find the other one in the entire seed. But it looks like our runners are going to go. We are up to our first 4 checks. The first pickup being a Keystone, so your prediction becoming a bit more likely to be true as our runners head down into the first non-randomized pickup of the seed.
Yeah, in the randomizer, a couple of pickups that aren't randomized, like this Energy Cell and Sign, and one more pickup, the 100 XP. Because, I mean, this Energy Cell is not randomized because playing without saving would be very, very hellish.
Yeah, and well, it wasn't Bash or Grenade, but we are getting a skill on our second team. It is another charge jump seed. I mean, to be honest, in this tournament, what other things can we even be expecting at this point? It is another one. Charge jump being widely regarded as the third best skill of the game after Bash and Dash, allowing our runners to, well, do exactly what it says on the plate. Charge up a jump, which goes very high. I'm interested to see if our runners decide to complete the first 4 or are gonna head down into Blackroot immediately. Looks like Sirius was thinking about getting the first 2 Keystones for a moment, but then decided to go down here. Will level up on the Brambles, and with this we are gonna have our first use of Save Anywhere here.
Save Anywhere is a trick we use across the entire game and in speedruns. To run around with the ability tree, you need to cancel and proceed at the same time, and then you can run around with it, and if you save during a cutscene, you can just skip most of the cutscenes in the game.
Yes, and as we saw there, Sirius just having to reload this game once to get rid of the cutscene. We are speedrunners here, we do not have any time for lore. Meanwhile, on the left side, Poogle having some trouble here, but nothing too major. Will get Wind restored and an extra energy cell on those first 2 checks. The extra energy can come in very usefully depending on if Sirius remembers how to manage energy here in Blackroot. He will need another energy later to skip another cutscene, but in the end he still has his energy, so I don't think that will be any problem. Blackroot is generally considered... Oh no! Sirius falls into the pit and takes a death. Alright, Poogle is now technically ahead since she already checked those first few pickups. Ah, yeah, that
pit
was
is notorious for people falling into it.
Yeah, and with this skill set, there's not really anything you can do. If you fall into it, you are going to go down. And in this case, Sirius hadn't had a place to save anywhere in the lower area of Blackroot, so he had to do all of it again. We can see both of our runners in this area. These platforms are way more slippery than they look, especially if you do not have any form of wall interaction, just charge jump, you can fall off at any moment. And with 3 health, our runners would die instantly in this particular pit. Sirius getting up a second time, this time not taking any chances, just takes the direct jump, no chance to bonk at all, will now reach the 3rd area in Blackroot, and it is time for some auto-scrolling.
Apple decides to alt-R back instead of charge jump back up, which is a bit slower but a bit more safe.
Yes, and we have already seen what can happen if you don't go for safe strats and BRB, so I will never be criticizing anyone for taking safe strats here. Losing time to a BRB fall can be extremely punishing. Looks like Sirius is through our auto-scroller, now up to the stager room, can use another instance of that save anywhere to start a bunch of cutscene stacking here. Will now be remembering to put down his orb and to do some crusher movement and get the dash locked check out of the way.
Meanwhile, Poogle is doing the slow auto-scroll section, hoping she doesn't fall.
Yeah, falling off of this auto-scroller section every platform seconds, 8 mod seconds. But hey, we just got our second skill, 2 out of 3 right here. We have climb and charge jump as our first 2 pickups.
That's a powerful combination.
It sure is. With climb and charge jump, you can charge jump while sitting on a wall, really augmenting that skill, getting really close to some horrible minimal go modes here. Let's hope it does actually come to that, but hey, we never know. With climb, charge jump, both the entire Indiana Jones area here after the section Sirius is currently running through will be in logic, as well as some parts of the lower Blackroot burrows. Going here for the wall charge jump, which will break this floor, skipping a cutscene later in the game, and now having glitched open the door earlier, he can just jump over the boulder, now closes his save anywhere. That save anywhere can be used to disarm the boulder, but he didn't need it. Will now be heading up over here, kills the Frankie. Luckily, we don't need that Frankie alive. Oh, and it's the Valley teleporter. We're getting closer and closer to the earliest go mode of the tournament here.
With climb, these checks are also in logic, because you can charge jump up before the crashes and climb the wall. Because most of the times the runners check it without it being a logic.
Yes, indeed. You need either charge jump and a wall interaction skill, or bash grenade, I think, works too, or dash and some other stuff, because glitching out the boulder is never required, costing ability points to do. Interesting to see, is Poogle gonna go for some crazy shenanigans and do grenade soon? That safe location kinda says to me, oh no, alright. So I think Poogle is setting up for Ronky Walk right here, very carefully managing her experience as she is on 2 energy.
She wants to go to that gauntlet early. I mean, it's definitely the quicker way to get to Moon Grotto.
Yes, indeed. I know Poogle absolutely loves breaking into the right side of the map early. And with this skill set, it's definitely a possibility to get a lot of stuff out of the way here. Being a bit careful around the Frankie right now, doesn't want to get any XP from it. And now she finds her Valley Teleporter, and her XP is perfectly set up to just go up here and take Billy for a walk if he wants to. Meanwhile, Sirius, yes, she does indeed. Meanwhile, Sirius going for a bit more of a standard Glades clear, following the logic, finding a Mega Health on the way that will be a temporary HP buffer for until he loses it, which can happen at any point. Already lost one right there from the drop pod, but can now get his second tree. And speaking of which, we haven't even talked about how important trees are for us, have we?
Even the trees are the main objective of this randomizer. You need to complete all 10 trees, and then you can start the final escape and complete the game.
Yes, indeed. And on the left side, Poogle managing her Frankie walk without a hitch. Alright, now is the moment of truth. Can she skip this Frankie right here? Alright, gets under the Frankie. Very nice. Will not take a Death and Death Gauntlet, because this very trick is why Death Gauntlet got its name. You are on 1 health right now, have no energy to save at all, and everything that you touch here will just instantly kill you. So far, she doesn't get anything nice that would let her save. Alright, don't take a death to the Frankie Poogle. Dodges twice. Alright, just one dropper. And I think she is safe. Will make her way to the teleporter and has right side access out of logic here. Meanwhile,
Sirius is checking Spirit Caverns, the in-logic route. He's just finding a lot of keystones, it looks like.
Yeah, that is a lot of keystones. And while he is finding a lot of keystones, he's also finding the Swamp TP and more energy. Alright, with Swamp TP, Sirius can head over into this area Poogle is right now. Will, however, be a bit later to the party in the grotto area. Interesting to see if he maybe decides to do Stomp Tree first instead of heading down. Both are valid options, and in this point of the game, you still need to find. Yeah, just misclicks his TP there. I think it is very easy to accidentally warp to the wrong scale, especially if you try to menu fast. Yeah, but for this, we are gonna just be seeing a lot more checks in 2 very dense areas of the game here.
Yes, Poogle is altering to keep some ability cells. Oh, looks like she's going to wall jump tree now.
Yeah, I think she mostly wanted to get those grotto around Death Gauntlet checks, around the TP area checks out of the way, as well as opening her access to the right side of the map, since her XP was set up so well for the Frankie walk. Meanwhile, Sirius is finding his 4th in-logic energy cell, so whenever he wants to either go through Death Gauntlet later or just open any of those energy vaults, he can do so whenever he pleases. For now, we will be seeing those checks. Finds the 1 XP. Alright, halfway there to our victory here with the 1 XP. Thank you, Sigma, very much for putting it into the seed. There will always be 1 XP, one time, no matter what. And isn't it always a pleasure to find?
Yeah, it's the best pickup to find, I think. It's at least not the most worthless pickup.
That is true, we have 1 pickup that does even less. We'll work on getting that right side on the screen. In the meantime, we can see Poogle finding her Swamp TP. Probably not too happy about that after just spending all the time on the Frankie walk. But hey, what can you can't know it before. We'll now be dropping down towards our jump tree and then probably teleport back over to the right side of the map. We have seen those. Oh my god, is Poogle checking data here?
Looks like she is.
We are getting an early Glazer check. Alright, so Glazer, horrible pickup, takes in most circumstances 4 energy to be logically relevant. This is not most circumstances. We have climb and charge jump. The randomizer absolutely expects you to check this at some point with this skill set. And as you can see, you need to slowly push this rock here over to the left side. very slowly.
Yeah, this is why
Almost there.
most people don't check this pickup because it's very slow in early game.
Yeah, and who wants to waste time?
It's
But
already
we get an
Keystone.
extra keystone. Alright, worth it in my books just for getting a Glazer check.
With this keystone, she can get into the Grove TP area now and get C-Flame Tree as well.
Yeah, that is true. If Poogle wants to, she can follow, actually follow logic here and go up Spirit Caverns, check the Charge Flame tree, get a third tree. The third tree being pretty important because we have a bit of a clue mechanic here in this randomizer, but we'll talk about that once we actually get to the third tree. For now, we have already seen these pickups. There isn't going to be anything too important here. However, we do need a lot of resources still to finish the game. Alright, looks like Poogle has gotten her third energy, will now
Sirius' stream is back online.
Oh, very nice. Alright, let's have a look at the tracker. Doesn't seem like Sirius missed anything, or we missed anything for Sirius, so the entire Swamp Loop didn't have anything. Sirius did do what I alluded to earlier and heading into Swamp, getting Storm Tree on the way, so he will have a tree advantage. This would be the moment where we can see the dungeon clue, but we'll just get to that when the next Alt P happens or the next tree happens, since we cannot watch that right now. For now, Sirius, alright, got into the F Gauntlet, triggering the Goto cutscene, now getting his teleporter here, and will be heading downwards in the direction of Double Gem Tree. Will he go into the Thief Corridor? Doesn't seem like it, so we're gonna see a Glide Wall check here, Glide Wall being caught that way, because there was Glide here exactly twice, and that is obviously a good way of naming things. And with this, we are over in the grotto area and are gonna go to the A, the most dense area of the game, and B, to go get another tree.
I'm interested to see how much pickup Sirius will check in here. With Charge Jump and Climb you can check quite a lot, but not the plants. I think
Yeah,
he will
but-
check most of them.
Yeah, and meanwhile on the left side, Poogle completely disregarding this route, not wanting to have anything to do on right side. Poogle is dropping down into Black Road and will zombie into and check Grenade Tree soon, I believe. There is a single pickup here that the randomizer expects you to get with Climb and Charge Jump, that being the ability cell on the right of Poogle here. Poogle setting up a backup saves because there is going to be some Necromancy in any moment, and Necromancy is a bit harder to perform on controller than otherwise. For now, she's just gonna duck under some lasers, get some extra checks out of logic here, out of the way. Oh, tries to jump over, but barely misses. Will go there again to get those checks out of the way, because if you're here already and you still need stuff, why not check it, right? And
Sirius
on the
found
other,
an extra double jump, which is not useful right now, but if you found a double jump, that means you can double jump an extra time, which is very useful.
yeah, indeed, and he is heading over into this area. Oh, don't clamp the spikes. Climbs are not
Mega
good here.
energy.
Gets a mega energy, yeah, indeed. So we are up to like, what, with the mega we are at 11 energy, I think, but and that to being only a temporary buff. Alright, Sirius, not going for Rock Slide for once, actually having the energy to just open the door and pushing this rock over. We'll get two checks later once he finishes doing that. Poogle getting through the laser with some Necromancy, saving the game after she dies to respawn on 0 HP, no problem, and will now be heading up to the Grenade Tree.
Another mega energy in the lower grotto. That's 2 out of 3. Mega
Indeed.
energy.
But Sirius decides, alright, Mega Energy not worth the backtrack through the Auto-Scroller Crushers, so we'll just take an intentional death and die and respawn at the save without the Mega Energy. Poogle, oh no, gets a Terra Jump and doesn't get the Charge Jump off the spinner. Gets it now though, on this try. That is a very precise trick. And if you first frame jump, as Poogle did there, your charge jump will just decide not to work. Because why would it? The game isn't nice to us sometimes. But with this, Poogle is coming up on her third tree. We will, and the third tree is a special time for us, isn't it?
Yeah, you get the first clue. Well, we hope it's not Gummon Seal clue every time, because we don't really need the Gummon Seal to finish the randomizer, but you need the other two.
Oh my god,
what
but that's
about
also not something we wanna see. Alright, it is Mapstone time. Alright, so as we all enjoy our runners getting this seed, wanna explain to me how Mapstone tournaments work?
Yeah, every time we turn in a mapstone, you get a different pickup. So the first mapstone might be an ability cell, second keystone, but it doesn't matter which mapstone pairs you turn it in. It's just the amount of mapstones that you turn in that matter.
Yeah, and worth to mention is neither of our runners have found a single mapstone so far. So depending on how many of those mapstones we need, that's gonna be pretty interesting. Statistically, it's most likely for it to be in the mapstone 3 or 4 area, but a little bit of Sam stats here, but we will see what actually happens. I for sure know everyone wants to get that one Water Rain Mapstone 9 seed in the tournament, and this could be it! The chances are always there. Alright, but for now our runners are just gonna continue working on the trees. Sirius doing a bit of blind movement here, using save anywhere to save after starting this cutscene. Will now be able to just move while the tree cutscene plays out. On the other hand, Poogle doing some extra necromancy here to pass an area. Will now change her mind, actually go to the right. Right, she can just jump back out of the spikes since she jumped into the spikes earlier, and will now be going over, checking the swamp loop area, and probably going to her storm tree.
Sirius meanwhile found his first mapstone on double jump tree. So that's one down, maybe a lot more to go. And he's also checking the laser.
Oh, double laser checks! Alright, I'm so happy. I haven't seen runners check the laser a lot in a long time. Also, opening the 4 energy door, this seems to me as if he may want to continue to charge Flame 3 afterwards, since that is definitely an area he can access if he wants to. Now, we know there is no important skill here on the checks that Google saw, but the exact items we don't know yet. Since we couldn't watch series earlier on this, so interesting to see if there's maybe another mapstone he just didn't keep next to the tree or something like that. But for now, as Poogle is making her way to the storm tree, Sirius will actually open up this 4 keystone door. A lot of runners really don't like opening this because, especially if you find charge jump early, right? If you just get grenade, charge flame or dash, you can save 4 keystones, and we all love saving keystones. But with this, Sirius can go to his charge flame tree, going further into the purple tree. So seems to me like he might be going sense later. Remember, however, senses important pickups. Mapstones do not count as important pickups, even in a seed like this. So that will not help him on its Water Rain search.
It will not. If he checks the upper Steve Flame XP, which is notorious for having a lot of skills this tournament as well, but just found an energy cell.
Yeah, and small jump on the charge flame tree. Well, that is useful adjacent, I would like to call it. I guess you have wall jump now.
And stomp!
That is way more useful, I would say.
Yeah, Stomp is very useful. I mean, you can break floors with Climb's G-Jump as well, but with Stomp it's much easier, and you can also break the blue walls from the right side, and you can Stomp pegs, which open up some pickups.
Yes, indeed. And those pegs can only be stomped by Fronkis or Ori himself. So unless it is a conveniently placed peg, like in the Grove main area, you really need that stomp to access those pickups. For now, Poogle is also heading up to the Charge Flame Tree area, reloading to skip the door. similar to the Ghost Door. Let's see if she wants 100 XP. Oh, she's actually deciding not to skip this cutscene. So we saw Sirius skip this cutscene earlier. That has two implications. One, you get to skip a cutscene. Always nice not to watch lore. But on the other hand, you also do not get the teleporter. Poogle says, alright, I want this teleporter for later. I'm just gonna watch the start, skip the main part of the cutscene, and then I'm gonna return here later and watch as Find talks to me about where all our dungeons are, because as a randomizer player, I haven't played through this game 1,000 times already and really need to know from Sign where those dungeons are. Alright, Sirius checking Valley entry with his newfound storm. Nothing there for now. Will now be heading over and getting some storm stuff maybe out of the way in the grove area as Poogle heads up and will now find her 2 skills in just a moment.
Meanwhile, Sirius found a second map stone, so if it decides to turn some in, we might get a clue for if the water vein is early or if you need to wait a bit longer.
Oh, that is true. That was storm blocked, and well, water by mapstone isn't always horrible, right? It could also mean we're just gonna get the mapstone 2 or 3 and then head into Ginso later. Both of our runners doing blind movement at the same time. Did you see what Sirius just found
Yeah,
there
he
on
found
the
a
tree?
grenade while doing blind movement.
Oh my god! All right, we
That's
have
3 out of
grenade
3.
jump. That is 3 out of 3. I
And
believe.
blue wall breakage. You
It's-
can also break plants this now.
Yeah, as soon as our runners find that water vein, it might just be go mode here. I am always happy to see a grenade jump seed. Sirius setting up for one, bonks on the wall, not a problem. We'll now continue to actually use that grenade probably to do some plant cleanup, because with grenade we actually have the ability to kill blue plants now, and in the randomizer those also give a pickup. And good thing he did that, because that's another mapstone right here.
Meanwhile, he also turned in his first mapstone, which wasn't anything important, so water vein is not mapstone 1.
Yes, sadly for our runners, it is not mapstone 1, but oh, Poogle already stomping this back, might be checking Valley Swordswim, might be I don't think she's up to zombie shenanigans, since our runners do have the Valley teleporter already. But Sirius can now check a lot of things with his newfound blue breakage. Will probably also turn in his mapstones sometime soon, since there's always the probability of getting an early mapstone water vein and the seed actually hard requiring you to get that at some point. Meanwhile, on the left side, Poogle doing the underwater check just gets an ability cell out of it for a trouble, but will now be heading back. Let's see if she decides to teleport to Swamp, because we obviously know now that that is where progression is.
Let's teleport to Blackroot.
Right, I guess we're gonna get...
She might be stomping the peg and getting to double jump 3 that way. That's a bit
Yeah.
shorter than going the long way around.
Oh, that is right.
Oh,
And there's
she's
also
getting the
this
mapstone.
mapstone pedestal here. Yeah, definitely. That works too. Alright, let's see. Does she wanna... Nope, she just took it. It's a fast mapstone pedestal. Trident saves on the teleporter and will teleport over. Yes, do it. Alright, goes to Swamp. Let's hope she finds her grenade jumps. Whereas Sirius just having a lot of fun finding Dash in the plant. Alright.
Another
Gonna
power
be-
skill.
Yeah, gonna be... I was say gonna be annoyed about having 5 things in purple tree, but no, he has 6 ability points, so he can get his charge dash whenever he wants to. Has a bazillion energy, and things are gonna get fast now.
Poogle also got her grenade now. And decided to check plants and get some mapstone directly.
Yeah, indeed, and well, Sirius just turned in his third mapstone, so it's not gonna be on the first 3. I believe in your seed. You can do it. We can get the mapstone 9 here. But Poogle having grenade jumps has now the option to do those. But on the other hand, those are harder to do on controller than on KVM. So I wouldn't be surprised if Poogle goes for a bit fewer of those. Meanwhile, on the right side, Sirius setting up for a very swag grenade jump. Doesn't get the grenade jump, but can just dash before the laser happens. Now grenade jumps over
Nice.
here every time a runner does that. That is a 1-frame trick every single time. So definitely impressive to pull off all those grenade jumps. And Sirius just gonna make some progress on trees, while also, well, At least we have some map stones, right?
A bit, yeah. And he's getting close to the second clue. Because you might need sunstone if you want to get water vein if it's mapstone 9.
It is true. There are map pedestals in both our dungeons, so if it's mapstone 9, we will even need to go until the seed. So that would be pretty good in my book. But for now, our runners are just gonna be clearing more areas. And one important thing to note is that dash is obviously huge for Sirius, but it was right next to a map pedestal, so there's a very good chance Poogle is gonna get that once she turns in a mapstone into it. Alright, Sirius showing off more of those grenade jumps. Gets another mapstone. Yes, very nice. And I think he will be turning that into the swamp map altar in any moment. Poogle getting the grenade jump she was setting up earlier, but since she took a death, the wall was closed. Not a problem. Gets a keystone for her troubles. And for now, I think it is. We have all the very easy to get trees. Never mind, it's the water rain. You're right. All right, Sirius is probably gonna hit that soon. Just at 4. That most likely pickups. It happened again. No, it's not the mapstone 9 seed. But hey. At least we got a water rain mapstone seed.
Sunstone is in Blackwood. You might also see a Sunstone Lost Grove then. Because we did check some of the lower Blackwood pickups already.
You are right. There aren't a lot of pickups left in Lost in Blackwood. So most notably could always be up at Dash Plant. Our runners haven't checked it. Okay, Sirius goes back. Alright, I no longer want it to be at Dash Plant. Let's put it at Grandpa's house instead. But there are quite a few pickups here in Blackwood, some of which are very deeply underwater.
And someone is locked behind the cutscene, which you can skip with the grenade jump.
Yeah, luckily the grenade jump would get us over there, but Sirius on 8 health, I do not believe he would be able to do Lost Grove long swim if that is where the sunstone is. So depending on how terrible the CGM wants to be to our runners today, we have the potential for some longer seed in that sense too. Poogle going over into the spider sack area doesn't find a lot of useful stuff here. Obviously, more resources are always nice, but we really need some mapstones on our side, because I believe at this point the seed really wants our runners to go to the Ginso tree.
Meanwhile, Sirius finds Glide in Blackwood as well. It's not the most useful skill, but it's definitely very useful for Valley and Sorrow.
Yeah, Glide will help our runners a lot with those late game areas, and
since they already found the wind, getting to Sorrow Pass is basically trivial right now.
That is true. Whenever Sirius decides to, it is time to just finish out the trees, he can do that however he wants to. Has Glide Wind, as you mentioned, to just get into Sorrow, can easily break the floors, has a bunch of keystones, I think, too, or can always cube them instead. For now, he just decided, alright, my skill set is about as fast as it gets. The only thing that would really help me is double jump or bash, and not even by that much. I'm just gonna get my sunstone now, and we're gonna see a lot of checks in this area until he will get his sunstone.
He also can check all the Lost Grove pickups except for the Lost Grove long swing, I think.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be surprised if he just grabbed the teleporter, if it actually is the Lost Grove. Oh my god, Sirius, now you're just showing off stair cancelling through the fight room 5 times in a row. Alright, that is sure one way of doing that, but with this he can just get down into Lost Grove. There are 3 more non-horrible checks for him, and 1 check that would be absolutely bad news at the current state of his skill set. So let's be nice here and hope it is the terrible check down into water. For now, Sirius can just throw a grenade from below, because that's it. Sirius, do not go into the tree. That is not in bounds. Alright, gets out of it. Will continue his seat here and jump over. Alright, it's not here. Alright, it's not here. We're down to a 50-50. One way or another, this is a meme location.
Meanwhile, Poogle is checking the plants at Proto, so she will probably find her dash pretty soon as well. she'll help her check the rest of the seat with more ease and more speed, of course.
Yeah, the sad thing here is that Poogle is still on 2 map stones, so if we're really unlucky, she might even decide to do the grotto visit later for when she has a map stone. Oh, series just a bit low, and there it is at Grandpa's Stash. Sadly, we do not get the Lost Grove Logging Room today, but that certainly is one Sunstone location right there. With this, Sirius is probably gonna enter full go mode and is now on his way to Ginso to get his bash tree.
Google is checking some pickups she missing. Rollo going down now. Probably might find her dash very soon. She checks the plans. Checking this ability cell first. And it's ability cell. Because sometimes pickups aren't really randomized.
Yeah, I mean, it is randomized, but it just chose to post the same thing in there, right? But with this, Poogle has a dash. Alright. She too. Rainbow dash. Here we go. Gets a nice rainbow trail on her dashes here. Also showing off some of those up dashes already that you can do with climb dash, and that are actually easier on the controller than on the KB for once. So nice on that. Meanwhile, Sirius going for the charge dash redirect in the Ginso puzzle room. Very nice. Now, don't blink here. There's a mini boss. There is no mini boss. Gets through this too and will now be heading to his bash tree in any moment.
Does he have enough keystones to get through the door?
I got you right. That is the 3 right there. Hovers over it for a moment, and well, there's a pickups here.
Trouble with the bounce pad. Oh, found the keystone. Luckily for him, he doesn't have to do the horrible key tube here.
Alright, but remember, he just spent his last keystone, and I'm pretty sure he wants 4 more for Sorrow later, so he's gonna need to find some extra keystones, or at least 1, so he can dupe up. Now let's see. Alright, never mind. Keystone. Bailed out again. Sirius is in full go mode, can just go get his left side trees whenever he wants to. Will teleport to Valley, and I think we're gonna see a nice skip coming up here.
Yeah, I think he might skip the kill plane to get to the rocks much easier.
Alright, yeah, he accidentally triggers, thinks about it. Does he wanna restart? Yes, he does. Alright, this is gonna lose him about 1 hour worth of time, but he says, really, kill planes are pretty boring. I do not want to have anything to do with them, so I'm gonna remove that no matter what. We'll have to walk right off the teleporter. If you just tap left while standing there, that's how you trigger the cutscene that he just did. Says, I don't need to safety save, I'm just gonna G-jump right through it. What are safety saves? I have never missed a G-jump in my life. Gets through the kill plane, gets onto the left walls, cutscenes start playing, and with this he can go up and bonk Kuro on the head.
If you don't skip the kill plane, you need to go the long way around, and without bash, that's very difficult to do.
Yeah, and Sirius just floating into the rocks. Don't worry, that is not enough bounds. There are no boundaries there. That rock is just hollow. Since normally there's a kill plane blocking you from going below it. Can charge jump from below. Doesn't want to deal with Glide Wind because G-jumps are just so much more fun. Really showing off his Ori 2 experience. There are some tricks with the same 1-frame timing, which he has basically mastered at this point. Will now reload his game to restore his ability to save, because that got lost during the kill plane skip, as Poogle on the left is doing some blind movement after a tree, probably searching for a place to where she can actually place down a save to fix her camera, but the game isn't nice with her. So she just reloads 1 more time. Meanwhile, on the right side, we are going to think some G-jumps in Misty. I haven't seen a failed G-jump yet. Oh my god, this is so impressive.
I haven't seen a failed G-jump for either of the runners, I think.
Yeah, just going right through there. Another frame perfect stair cancel. Doesn't want to stomp onto the ground. Alright, bit short on that Storm Cancer right there, but who's counting at this point? Now gets a Patera jump with a charge jump, which is jump over the frogs, okay, on the wall, but whatever. This is G jump after G jump after G jump after G after frog, oh no, all the way back
Oh
to Randy!
no! You never saved!
Oh, that hurts. Alright,
Luckily with
Well-
the G-jumps you can get back pretty fast.
alright, I finally saw a failed G jump. Alright, Sirius is still human confirmed. Even he can miss a G jump. But yeah, the frogs are mean and Misty. Misty is a late game area. Everything here did like at least 3 damage, and there is a lot of things to fall into. Now on 0.2 health here. 0.2, not 0. He can continue. Poogle finding Glide on the left side. That will help her with the left side areas in just a moment, but is now also on her Sunstone search. Meanwhile, Sirius getting to watch this cutscene on a second time because well, we just took the death, will now go for it. The frog is dead this time, nothing can stop him. Now,
Place is a safety save.
yeah,
Preventing the Misty again.
understandable. Luckily enough, he has glide, so this room isn't a problem. Hey, did you know we like G-jumps? So serious G-jumping ones, now G-jumping off the climb
Everywhere.
platform. Just beautifully done. And while we're at it, let's do some blind movement afterwards, because why not? Here we go, continuing to, I think he's just gonna rush to his charge jump tree now and then finish out the seed.
Yeah, Poogle is meanwhile checking Blackroot for her Sunstone. We know where it is, but she doesn't yet. I hope she knows the G-jump to get past the lore, otherwise we will see some nice long lore.
Yeah, that cutscene taking a well-timed 3.5 years, so you definitely do not wanna watch that whenever possible. Now, what I'm interested to see is Sirius gonna keep you on the lower or the higher door? It gets back down, G jumps up, because yes, that is a thing you can do. Places to save. Oh, alright. Yes,
Going around.
who needs key tubes when we can just Terra Break instead? We'll Terra Break the second ceiling and now go around, take the upper route to the tree. Doesn't wanna dupe twice, instead takes the scenic round, but definitely worth it for just one reason. We get an extra G-jump right here. So, absolutely worth. I agree with this decision. If there's the option of doing an extra G-jump or not doing an extra G-jump, then we do extra G-jumps. Yeah, takes a small death, but that just means more G-jumps, which I agree with. Alright, even more G-jumps. Maybe placing a safety save here now? Yeah, after 2 times, you kinda just say, alright, whatever, I can spare the energy. Will now deal with this frog, set up for a G-jump, who would have thought, and extends his charge jump hitbox with the charge dash, and with this, we are at charge jump 3. That is 3 turn. Sirius is good to go, and Poogle is setting up for her skip that will get her right to Sunstone. And there it
Gets
is.
it second try, very nice. Finds her Sunstone. She's also going to Valley now and getting her rest of her trees, but she needs 4 trees while Sirius is all 10 already. And she also needs her water vein.
That is
She
true,
hasn't
she's
got her
still...
four- She has 1 more mapstone in her inventory, so she has 3 mapstone in total, but she needs 1 more to find the
That
water
is-
vein.
That's true, even after all this time, she only found 3 mapstones in total. Gets the kill plane skip first try, no? So very nicely done on that. Can now just either G-jump or float up, will decide to do some extra checks, because as you mentioned, there is an extreme mapstone shortage right now, and we would really like to solve that if we want our water vein. Meanwhile, Sirius heading up to the final escape,
Just G-jumping everywhere.
G-jumping everywhere, Kedo and Tahoru. There is one final decision to be made for him, and that is, are we going for door warp or violence?
Meanwhile, Poogle is found the Gumon seal with great Forlorn access possible. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if she will go for Forlorn, probably not. But
Yeah,
It
but
is
on the
possible.
right, Sirius getting his door warp without a problem. Yeah, we're off to the final escape, and G-jumps seem to be a very nice tool in the final escape. Alright, Kuro swooping down into the room, getting 46 experience on the last pickup. Off we go. Will he go for it? Yes, alright. Goes for the first G-jump spot. Doesn't do the terror jump, but that's fine. Is through the first room, now into the lantern room without
Another
having bashed.
G-jump.
Oh my god, beats the pillar!
just
That's
G-jumping
so
everywhere.
confident! Alright, will also. Oh my god, press
no.
Alt 5 instead of the G-jump bind! Oh no! Alright, doesn't
a small
matter.
bet.
He has enough of an advantage right now to be able to afford that. Back into the lantern room. Oh my god, alright, misses the G-jump, but he still gets another shot at it. Has it now. Will storm through the floor, back into the elemental room, positioning pretty quickly so he gets some extra time. Is through that, now into the S, storms into the fire. Oh no!
He doesn't have clean water. This might be death for him. Oh
Yeah,
no, he needs to start again.
He needs to do that without any damage, because he, as you said, he doesn't have clean water and he also doesn't have bash, so he needs to get rid of the fish and really need his 7.5 to swim through there. So off we go again, back into the elemental room, adjust so the first shot misses. Now in the S room, takes it a bit slower this time instead of stomping in the fire. I like this. Will get a nice downward ramp here on the left side. Now into the water. Alright, fish be nice, fish be nice. Oh no, the first fish nibbled him. Can he make it out? Oh, barely makes it out.
He
Alright,
makes
really
it out because of
float.
health regen.
Alright,
Will you
We
go for the
just-
final grenade jump as well? Then will you get it? I mean,
I would assume. Sigma!
get Sigma rocked! Oh no!
Oh my
He needs
god!
to start again.
Alright, and now G jumps into the fire. Oh no, serious. I feel so sorry for you now. But hey, we're getting what we promised here. Some amazing execution with some small amounts of spaghetti in the final escape. Alright, off we go again. We know how this works now. We'll jump over the elemental. No, actually, we'll jump right through the elemental. What are hitboxes anyway? Back into the water. There is one fish here and another fish next. Alright, gets nibbled by the first fish. Dodges the second fish, but downwards doesn't have enough health. That purple tree kinda coming back to bite him now, because he does not have the points for ultra defense. Oh, that Sigma rock is really annoying me right now. But with this, off we go again. Like 7th try is the charm, right? Here we go, back into the S. Can he get the fish to be nice? So far, the answer has been
Nibbles him
consistently
again.
no, and gets
The other
nibbled.
fish nibbles him as well.
Oh, poor Sirius. He had it, and then Sigma's rock decided to say, nope, we are not going to finish right now. Meanwhile, Poogle, I think she's setting up to go to the teleporter in Sorrow.
Yeah, she's been checking a lot of pickups in the meanwhile, because she still needs one mapstone. Because I mean, we know it's one mapstone, but she doesn't know it's only one.
Yeah, as Sirius kinda just has to get through this fish, I think we can take some time to look at Poogle's routing. I don't even remember where all those mapstones were. I would be guessing she's missing the one in the Grotto laser plant, since there was no reason for her to revisit that, but I would need to check up on that. For now, she's just probably gonna go to dense areas. Sorrow being actually pretty dense, so this is a prime candidate for some checking. Will now go into the right Dorito caves. Just some XP on the right side, just some ability cell on the left side.
Just 12 ability points.
Yeah, that's a lot of ability points. But even if she wanted to go Sense doesn't have mapstone progression.
No,
So
it's not.
yeah, that's a bit sad. Meanwhile, Sirius really having an issue with that fish. Those fish are brutal, and at this point it might be an option for Sirius to just go out of the escape, put everything into red tree and boost sign so he can kill the fishes before they annoy him even more. Let's see if he decides, no, this is fine, or will go for that. Honestly, at this point, his execution is so good that he can just retry as much as he wants to. Oh, gets the dodge on the first fish, on the second fish is in a great spot. Will get out with 1 health and some extra decimals. Even if he gets Sigma rocked, it won't be a problem. Ultra Magnet getting him fish health. Alright, I think we are through. Just do not get soft locked on the final grenade jump, please. Sirius. Alright, misses the first jump, will have to go high again, kind of resetting his X position there by jumping off the wall so he doesn't get soft locked. Alright, he's through, and Ori is walking, and GG Sirius will take first place in this race.
Meanwhile, Poogle checked the Sunstone Planet and Sunstone Picket, found warmth up there. So apparently it's a warm mountain here, and a warm sea there for her as well now. She's checking a lot of throw pickups. I think she's just searching for a mapstone.
Yeah, definitely. She does need that mapstone to finish her seed, no matter what. And to be fair, Poogle getting both 1 XP and 1 return, winner in my house. But Sirius on the right now actually gets to hard right with Nauru. Are we gonna see hops? No, I appreciate that. We'll just walk to the end, and GG Sirius finishing first in this race with a time of 47, 35 and 92. And it looks like Sirius is already on deck the moment he finishes. So let us pull him in here. Sirius, GG.
Thank you, thank you.
Alright, I got the first question to you. On a scale of 1 to G jumps, how much do you like G jumps?
Honestly, I like them past how much?
You definitely had some incredible execution on those, but let us maybe go back to that final escape. Are you familiar with the fish threats there, or was that basically a brute force at the end there with the fish really wanting to ruin your day on those attempts?
I'm not really familiar with any fish strats, no. Was it like eventually I figured, okay, I must be doing something wrong, so I waited a bit before going into the water and then it worked. I guess that's the fish strats?
Yeah, Cycle's always being a bit annoying. Oh, also, worth it to mention while this is going on, Poogle found her 4th mapstone, so she can finally stop looking for those afterwards once she gets a climb tree and just turns it in, finally getting her water away. But back to you, Sirius. How were you feeling about the early progression of the seed?
Wait, let me recall. What was the early progression of the seed? Well, the first thing was charge jump. Charge jump is a huge relief on this matchup, honestly, because input differences, I wouldn't want to have a huge advantage just from playing keyboard. So charge jump was definitely what we both wanted to see, I expect. And you know, climb makes you think. What if?
Yeah, and indeed, in the end, we did get our grenade jump tree. You went quite far into purple tree this match. Was potentially needing ultra defense for the event escape ever on your mind? Or did you just say, alright, 8 health, that's more than enough for my tastes?
Right, ultra defense. That might have been worth a thought. I don't know. Brain's not fully up top, I guess. I'll try to think about it next time.
Yeah, alright. And with this, you advance into the 3rd round 2-phase Evo. What are your opinions on that matchup?
It's pretty even, isn't it? I wouldn't say one person's favored. Definitely a stressful matchup for both parties.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine Evo looking at this, at this grenade jump execution and charges execution, and stressing quite a bit. And on the other hand, it is not easy at all either. So, good luck on your match for that. Ernest, do you have any more questions for our runner here?
Yeah, I would like to ask what you thought of the dungeon key locations.
Well, it wasn't too bad, was it? 4th Mapstone Water Vein. It was a bit hard to find even a single Mapstone. That's always a bit weird if you get a Mapstone seed and then it just refuses to give you Mapstones for what? 10 minutes? But it didn't end up being too bad. Maybe I was just lucky on the locations I checked. Don't know exactly. And yeah,
you definitely
good
found your
Sunstone,
Mapstones
isn't it?
faster than Poogle.
Yeah.
The Sunstone was at the Nosgrove cutscene.
I mean, it was really close to that long swim too. That would have been oof.
Yeah, I was hoping so much for that long swim,
Yeah.
but in the end it didn't happen. So
That would have been content.
GG again, Sirius. If you'd like to, you can stay here and watch as Poogle finishes out her secret
I
fights.
definitely will.
Alright, we can see Poogle now heading into the Ginza tree here. She finally got her 4th keystone in Mystery, could find her water vein, and with this there's just one tree in a tree between her and the final escape. Let's see on her keystone count. Alright, I don't think she has to worry that much about this. She also has ultra defense, so for her the final escape will be a bit nicer than it was for you earlier, Sirius. But yeah, I think we are just gonna get some classic textbook charge jump Ginzo here, and then it is off. Alright, pushing the rock. Let's see if she gets the rock out of her way while the plant cycle was bad. Very nicely can get a very free charge dash redirect out of that heads up play. Now into the mini boss, and it's gone. Alright, we'll get done with that. Now only has to reach the tree. We also already know if she does some extra digging, there's gonna be even more keystones here for her, but in the end she doesn't really need that. Is now reloading her game for another ghost door and can reach the bash tree.
With her 10th Poogle can now go to the final escape and finish off her seed as well.
Yes, indeed, and we got the Swamp TP earlier in the seed, so there will be no struggling to get back out from Grotto or anything like that. Poogle can just, oh, where did I just see a fall on TP right there? I think I did. Poogle heading over to fall on.
Maybe she's not comfortable with this final escape.
Or maybe she just wanted to know what that 5th keystone is. Mapstone is. I think at this point Poogle was just thinking, alright, this scene has memed me enough. I'm gonna pay Forlorn a visit and put in that fish mapstone, because why not, right? Gets an attack upgrade out of that. That will help her deal with the fishes a bit later, even though I don't think she needs that with 9 HP and ultra defense. Now rocket jumping off of the Frankie, getting over the trigger we already skipped earlier, but is now able to go into Horror Fields. No grenade jumps here, instead going for more standard play, just using the charge jump to deal with any obstacles on the way. Can now stomp this wall into the ground, and we are off to Horror Fields. If she, setting up for this grenade jump, misses the G jump, but doesn't wanna take that, goes for it another time. The elemental being a bit annoying as it's shooting at you. Alright, and here we are across Horror Fields. Bit of a date with the Brambles there, but gets out of that no problem and can just spam away her energy because you get a refill on the final escape anyway. And with this, we are off to entering Horror. And there's one question left: door warp or violence?
I personally do like violence. Definitely with charge jump and charge dash.
Alright, and let us see.
Looks like she is using violence.
We are getting violence here. Very nice. Ori can be a bit of a violent critter sometimes. Actually doesn't have that much HP, so she might take a refill before going for it again. Yeah, does that. And will now get this one extra checkout here, just an ability cell, and then go back to committing violence against the mini bosses down here. Can use that charge jump and charge dash all the way to deal with it, and
gets a nice 2 cycle.
yeah, and with this we are off to the final escape. Now I know Poogle is not actually that familiar with the G-Jump final escape, so this might take a bit longer here, but I have trust in her. She will be able to figure it out, and she has a 10 health with Ultra Defense at this point, so she can afford to not do all of the G-Jumps in this escape.
She also
Right.
took some time to check the validation XP, so her run is validated now.
Oh yeah, serious. Sorry for that. You didn't check validation. So no. All right.
Oh my
Jokes
god.
aside. Jokes aside. Bird is swooping down for Poogle to give her some extra XP for the rest of her run. And with this, we are off into the escape. Can just skip the first few rooms with some charge jumps. And now we are gonna see some alternative strats. Instead of going off, you can also just use this upper area, skipping one of the grenade jumps Sirius had to do. Now in the second room, if she wants to, she can just, damage boost off the fire. And if you charge your jump quick enough, that's just the damage boost and through. Now into the S room, that's not a problem. The fishes will not cause her any problem either, since she is on 10 HP and now just has to jump over the Kuro cutscene trigger, opens up her glide, and with this we are through on Poogle's side. Just needs to climb up the left wall. Does not need to worry about being Sigma Rocks, because Sigma Rocks do not deal 5.5 damage, and can now stand up for the final grenade jump. Bonks on it, but whatever, we are through. GG Poogle.
But she just needs to hold right for like a minute and 30, I think. It's maybe a bit shorter, but
Yeah, that will be some holding right. We'll finish the seed out in under an hour on a Lost Grove. And with the amount of pure pickup checks she had to do to get her few map stones, that is definitely a very respectable time. As Poogle is holding right, we can also talk a bit about our upcoming matches here. At 6 p.m. EDT, so about in 1 hour, we are gonna have Accurate versus Baron, commentated by Gramelius and Roos on SpeedGaming on the main channel. And then 2 hours later, Ernest, it is time for your match against Rufus, commentated by Romulus and Turtle. So definitely come back for that in an hour. But yeah, for now, Poogle got swept up by Ori, will now get her final Naru section, and then we're gonna have our official race time for her too.
with a lot of searching she had to do for map stones, I think it's still nice that she gets up 1 hour. It's still a very nice
Definitely.
time.
And also got both the validation, warmth return, 1 XP, and even some Naru hops at the end. So that is some good seed to me. And let's drag Poogle in. GG Poogle.
Hello, GG Sirius.
GG's to you too, thank you.
Alright, Poogle. I gotta talk. I gotta ask you the question. How worried were you about that water vein on Mapstone?
If you think I wasn't hoping Water Vein on Mapstone 9, you're out of your mind.
GG's to you too, thank you.
Alright,
Like, I saw Water Vein on Mapstone and went, please give me memes.
in the end, we only got a Mapstone for water vein, but well, some of those Mapstones were quite buried, so we got our memes anyway. And especially with another location of our Sunstone right down there in Lost
That
Grove.
was really good.
Yeah, but speaking of Mapstones, Poogle, you went back to Fall Dawn. What was your reasoning there?
I literally just wanted to see if there was a power skill on Mapstone 5.
Okay,
It was
fair
an
enough.
attack upgrade.
An attack upgrade is nice enough. So let's maybe dial it back a bit. What was your opinion on the general seed early game, especially with you setting up for the Frankie walk early in your routing? You do that whenever you can, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, got into Grotto early. What are kinda your opinions on grenade jump seeds here, since we finally got one of those again?
They're kind of boring.
In the end, we did get quite a lot of skills here, got our dash too, so maybe that was helping out with the seed.
Yeah,
Honestly,
dash was really nice because then I didn't have to rely on grenade jumps everywhere.
Still think you did a great job on your grenade jumps. I didn't think you missed that many grenade jumps, so it was very nice to see.
Right, Ernest, do you have any more questions for Poogle here?
No, I don't think I have any.
All right, and then there's one more question for me. Poogle, you're gonna go up against a Razor soon. Do you have any thoughts on that matchup?
I'm sure I'll be fine.
All right. Well, that's it, I think, for us for today. We'll be back in about an hour for more reaction here on Speed Gaming, so be sure to come back for that. But that's it for us now. Thanks to our restreamer Apple Tree, our truck Skullblacker and Fupio, and my co-commentator Ernest, of course, as well as our two runners. And yeah, that's it for us, and see you later.